Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Your Life as Art. My name is Sai and I'm so excited that you are here because this is a space where we are going to explore how life with its up and downs, its challenges and its beautiful moments can become a work of art. I would like to start by sharing with you the story behind this podcast and why I'm creating it and what I hope we can build in this space. A while ago, actually it was exactly a year ago, I met a person and we had the opportunity to start a podcast project together. It all started because this person told me something that touched me so deeply. He told me that our conversations were so interesting that they should be recorded. Now, this person has a lot of work experience in radio, many years of experience in radio, as well as a lot of knowledge. And this took me by surprise. I was a bit shocked because I've never in my life imagined myself doing a podcast. So, those words made me feel like our reflections, those conversations we were having, really had a special value. And, it was a partnership that unfortunately, like many things in life, it didn't work. It burned out super fast, like a firework, if you know what I mean. But even though that chapter ended, it kind of like left behind a seed, and I was left with this concern. I was thinking like, if there was really something there that was worth sharing, and after reflecting a lot and listening to some comments from people who listened to the episodes, we managed to record about 5 episodes together. It was in Spanish, by the way. The podcast was in Spanish. That's my mother tongue. I decided, that's why the accent as well. If you can pick up an accent, that's it. I decided that I couldn't put that idea on hold. I always say that life is like a work of art because some of us had to start adjusting the stroke, changing the colors, and, moving forward with things that motivate us and things that we are passionate about. And that's what I'm doing this podcast. I'm restarting, readjusting the strokes and the colors to create a new work of art. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I recently started a basic certification in art therapy because that's where I want to go in the future. I want to do a proper qualification in art therapy. I'm a psychologist. I'm from Venezuela. And sometimes life takes you in different directions. And my main experience is actually in human resources at a corporate level. But lately, psychology has been calling me a lot. Especially since I started painting 3 years ago and I realized how painting has helped me so much to manage my own emotions and sometimes to even discover those emotions. And because sometimes, we feel an emotion and we can really put like a label on it, but painting has helped me a lot with that process. So I have started this certification in art therapy. I'll tell you a little bit more about it, maybe in another episode, about how I reached to that moment in my life where I started painting 3 years ago and how the process has been quite revealing since I started painting because it has led me to discover a new passion. For me, it has been a form of active meditation, because unlike the meditation that we normally know where you sit in a particular position, you close your eyes, you breathe in such a way while listening to music or a guided meditation. In painting, it is a creative process, right? So you're creating, but even though you are active while you're painting, to me, it brings me to that kind of meditation state of connection with myself. I call my art intuitive art because it's abstract, it's abstract style, and I let my intuition flow. I forget about my problems, the noise, and I just concentrate on the present moment, on the now. For me, it is as if each brushstroke is a breather, a reminder that everything is fine, even though it doesn't seem like it. But in addition to meditating, art has taught me something very, very special that I can extrapolate to everyday life, And it's that not everyone will understand or appreciate what you do. The way I see it is like when you create a work of art, a piece, let's say painting, a song, a poem, a dance, a recipe. There are many, many forms of creating art. So sometimes people won't even notice your work. Others will look at it for a moment, appreciate it for a little while, and they will continue looking for something else. Like on the dating apps where you swipe left and right, something like that. And then obviously there are those who are not even going to understand it. But that doesn't really mean that your work has no value. Know what your value is as a human being, because just as in art, in human relationships, the same thing happens. There are people who value deeply, who see you for who you really are. And there will be others who don't understand your essence, who can't see the value you have, but that doesn't mean you are worthless. What I have learned is that our worth cannot depend on the perception of others. Because in the end, let's remember that we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. Each person has their own perspective, their own colors and brush strokes, which affect how they perceive life. And that includes how they see us and how they see themselves. So the key is that we are the ones who define our own value, that we learn to look at ourselves as the unique piece of art, that we are. We are this beautiful piece of art. Because in the end, the only opinion that really matters regarding our value is our own. That's why I decided to create this podcast, because I want this space to be a reminder that we are all artists of our own life. We are the creators of our own lives. Every day, every experience, every relationship, it is like a brush stroke that is adding to your work of art. Some of them will be chaotic, others will be soft and harmonious, but they all have a purpose. They all contribute to our story. Here, in Your Life as Art, we will explore how our experiences teach us important lessons about life. We will learn to flow with changes, to be flexible, and to celebrate our imperfections. Yeah, you heard me right. Celebrate our imperfections, because those imperfections are the key pieces that make our work unique, our life unique. So if anything that I shared today resonates with you, I invite you to stay and be part of this community. Remember that your life is a work of art and you are the artist. It doesn't matter how many times we have to restart. Every brush stroke counts and every little detail has its beauty. So this is a very brief introduction of us coming. Thank you for listening. See you in the first episode. And until then, keep creating, keep dreaming, and never stop seeing your life as art.